Good morning. So thank you to join us. We have now a new content field. So we are gonna talk this morning about logistics and how AI and optimization it's helping and will help the sector to optimize and to get more reliable data. So for me, I'm really happy to have these panelists, so with great experience on the sector. So I would like to introduce first Mar. She's a leader in technology on Vodafone. Currently is a senior manager technology product on Vodafone Business, and she's leading the development of advanced mobility. She has experience in V2X, in 5G, and edge computing. So she works at many companies before, Prosegur, in the banking, Everest, and IBM. So excelling, combining technical and challenges on business strategy. And, and recently received the Woman Tech Network Community Award for leadership in developing the STEP product that we will discuss today about that. As well, we have Xavier Ruiz. She's the CEO of Routal, intelligence platform for last mile planning and optimization. Passionate about logistics and technology, he leads development and solutions to make delivery more efficient and sustainable. So now we are gonna start the session, and first I would like to ask Mar about Vodafone. That it's everyone knows Vodafone about telco, but they are doing much more things. So if you can introduce what else you're doing in Vodafone, and as well talk about the STEP project that you are developing.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Sergi. It's a pleasure to me to be here today. And I would like to share today that Vodafone is a telco, as you know for sure, but we are now a technology company as well, and we are working in a lot of innovation projects. We have luckily for me, we have an innovation center in Malaga, so close to here, and we are managing different European projects. And I am working specifically in the connected mobility area, and we are developing a V2X platform working with 5G and edge computing. The name of the platform is STEP, it's Safer Transfer for Europe platform, and it's an European platform to at the end distribute V2X messages in real time. So summarize, yeah. But we are doing a lot of projects in Malaga in the hub. We're more than 600 engineers now, more than 40 nationalities. So it's really good, and I would like to share with you this today. So thank you.
Thank you, Mar. So, Xavi, in Rutal, so you have a startup with, let's say, a large experience and experts on optimizing. And as well, you are now developing a project with the IT Urban Mobility, Lucid. So could you explain us a bit what you're doing in Rutal and what are you developing in the Lucid project?
Thank you, Sergi, for inviting us. Basically, what we do at Routal is to optimize the last mile logistic for last mile logistic companies, so they could save time, they could save money, and they could improve the environmental they're living on. And specifically, this project, basically, we've seen that companies, not a lot, but starting to have a few companies, technology like ours, but we've seen a huge lack for the self-employees, so the regular delivery man that you could find on the street that usually works for a big company but is mostly alone. So he has lots of difficulties to have technology that could improve their daily work. And this is basically the objective of Lucid. It's give the technology that we are providing for companies to these self-employees. And not just that, the idea of this project is based on the data generated by these self-employees, grab and understand their behaviors on the city and help the city halls, the cities to improve. For example, one of the main problems that these delivery men have, which is where could I park? And not parking illegally, but having the loading and unloading zones on the right places at the right times. This is a side effect of the project that we hope we got enough information to generate this knowledge for the cities. So helping the self-employees and helping the cities at the same time.
Thank you, Xavi. One question for you, Mar. You already mentioned that you have a great hub in Malaga, multinationality with many expertise. I'm pretty sure that you have lots of success stories in logistics, in optimization with ITS technology. So could you share with us some of these great stories you are doing there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, one of them related to this topic, about how AI is helping or could help the logistics and so on. We are working now in develop a mobility digital twin, to try to see what's happened, with the mobility in the city, because we need to understand, I think, first, the different problems that we have. As Javier said, we have identified a lot of problems and then try to figure out how to solve it. But at the end, the important point is that we need to collaborate together with companies like Rutal, for example, and also with the authorities, because we are getting the data, to complete this, because we cannot do it alone. So the technology is ready. We have the knowledge, I think, not just in the hub. We have our big team distributed in Europe, so we have different experts in different areas and so on. And we are collaborating as well with the different universities here and technological centers, which is important as well, I think, because you need to innovate together. But it's something that definitely we need to do together, to have the success here and to try to cover the most of the things.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Xavier, for you. So you are working in a sector in logistics that historically is, let's say, low digitalized, and it's hard to implement new technologies, AI, all the things that we are pushing in these kind of congresses and we are doing in EIT Urban Mobility. So what are the main challenges you are facing on that sector? And if you can share some success stories that how your technology help them and see how they changing the behavior and how they see your solution in the daily work.
Yes. So the main challenge that we face is that people using technology on their daily basis, because we're just optimizing a process they've been doing for the last 20, 30 years. And they've had a business, so they earn little money, but they earn money so they could live doing the same they've been doing. So the main challenge is, hey, I'm allowing you to be more efficient, to save time, to save gas, to save costs. So sometimes it's very difficult for them to change. So the main challenge is, how do I make people change? Nobody wants to change, even ourselves. So this is the main challenge. And and this is, as this challenge, one of our main differentiator is trying to do this very complex process, which is route planning, in an extremely easy way. So if we could do it in 2 clicks, better than doing it in 3, because 3 clicks might be too difficult. And it seems weird, yeah. Especially for an engineer, but you have to face who are you working with. No, so this is, I think, the first challenge. So answering the second question about what's a few success stories. For example, we've been working with Amalé Origen, a retailer in Barcelona that's been growing very significantly. And the story was, just when COVID came, they were delivering 150 orders per day, something that it's a challenge, but can be managed manually. But they grow in 3 weeks to more than 1,000 stops. 1,000 stops on a daily basis is not manually, can be a really huge challenge. So with us, they could do this in a couple of minutes and saving more than 2 hours per day for each of the drivers. So the drivers itself, it's like, I'm doing the same. It's easier for me because I have everything in place, so I don't have to think. And for doing the same amount of deliveries, I'm arriving at home 2 hours earlier. I want to continue doing that. But having the ability, the possibility to do these trials, it sometimes can be really challenging. No? And this is just one example of how technology could improve the lives of the lowest level of employees, which is a delivery man, which just needs a driver license. So I think this is where technology really impacts on the real life of people, and not just for the driver, but as well for the customers. With Amalia Origin, we have reported a success on first at the delivery attempt, which is one of the big issues of the courier company, of delivery companies, of more than 99.5% of success, which is nearly no failing at all. No? And this is why they could do that, because they ask the customer when it's the best moment of the day so we could deliver to you. I'm at home from 5 in the afternoon. Okay, let's just schedule from 5 to 7. This stupid thing, it's a real nightmare in terms of planning if you have 1,000 orders to plan, but a machine could find the solution to this in a much more efficient way, and obviously much faster. No? And you get these levels of success. No? So these are in the same customer, how those two specific points could make a real change in not just in the service, but as well in the cost and the company success.
That's great. So employees save time, the company save money, and we save emissions and congestion on the city. So it's a big win. So now I think we're facing last minutes, but I would like to raise the last question. As a startup, tech-driven company, so you know what happened now, what you are doing, the technologies that it's coming, but how you see the next, let's say, 5-10 years in the sector. So which kind of use cases and technologies are emerging or will come, and how will change the logistics sector?
Yeah, I think for the next 5 or 10 years are key, because we need to do, I think, a lot of decisions, need to be made by Europe first of all, to be aligned between all of the countries, because now you can see the differences that you can find in different countries and so on. So it's important to be aligned. So it's key to make these decisions. And technologies, for sure, you heard about the AI, right? So, yeah, it's like a yeah. But we can see, that most of the times it's like the people love to talk about AI, but you are really doing something, with this, because it's so powerful. But you need to use this in a right way, to say some way. So for sure, AI could help because, in this ecosystem, you have a lot of data. As I mentioned, for example, a digital twin, you have a lot of data to manage it in the city about different vehicles, about road users, the different infra things, the traffic lights and so on. So you need to be able to manage this amount of data with big data analysis for sure, but you need to work faster with this data with AI. But you need to apply this in the correct way, and it is helping for sure a lot, because if you are able to train, one model with all of the data in your daily basis, is able to suggest, decisions, not make, because at the end you need to make the decisions as authority or whatever in charge, but at least to suggest the best options. And could be so useful, for example, to have a simulation lab of a city to see what happened. If you are having a really huge event and you need to make these decisions, you can take some advantage and do it before. Maybe you can solve these kind of problems, So this is just an idea, because we have a lot of things open right now, but it's a good example, I think.
So you're talking about digital twin?
Yeah, exactly. So thank you.
Great. So, Xavi,
in my opinion, AI, obviously, we have the LLMs that will get deeper and deeper and deeper in our lives, and logistics won't be different. It will take more time, probably. It's taking more time, but they will come. I think in logistics, purely collaboration will be the buzzword. So how we can able to collaborate between companies and governments, and not all of us battling against the others. So in one specific point of time, people need to collaborate, no? And cities will have to collaborate with companies, allowing them to make better decisions, no? But it takes time. it is difficult because nobody knows how to do this. No? So I think here we are in a good place to making these relationships and see how we can collaborate together. And AI, it's just something more clever than us and our hands to be able to have all the information, all the decisions that we want to make, and have some improve our decisions for the future. So yeah, I think definitely it will impact, but nobody knows how. That's what we are working on.
Great. So the future is bright, but we'll see what happens. So I think we've finished our time. So I don't know if there is any question of the audience, or any doubt. So if you want to finish, to send any final message about collaborations or what you're expecting from the sector, from the public authorities, so what we are lacking. So because at the end it's our mandate, so it's what we are trying to do every day, to join forces with the public entities, with the private companies, with all the ecosystems that they want, that something have to change and we have to change. So what's your final words that you want to send to these key players?
Yeah, as a final message, I think that is key, to try to solve the fragmentation problem, to work together, definitely. But also, as I said before as well, and Xavi, is like a key to collaborate with the different authorities, and we need from them to go faster, to move faster with the legislation as well, because the technology is ready, but we need to know how to apply this. So it's so important, the collaboration from the different companies, authorities, and so on, and to collaborate together to final for this final problem about the fragmentation. So let's see, what's happened. But
Cross fingers.
yeah, so complicated.
I was going to say the same. No, so cities, every city is different. So generating one specific standard for everyone, I think it's nearly impossible. But at least some key rules that could be standardized, and everyone knows what are the same rules for everyone, and not that every street, even in the same place, in the same city, the behaviors are completely different. So this is what makes us difficult for the companies to grow. So having to adapt to all local legislations makes nearly impossible to grow and to success. No, and we are on a moment where companies just working for one specific place, there's not enough business for to survive. No, so standardized will help these companies to grow and to have these unicorns that we could find somewhere else, and it's very difficult for us to achieve to be one of them. No? So, but if everyone pushes on through the same direction, I'm sure a lot of others will appear.
So with that, we are closing the session, this content pill about logistics, about AI, and about all the challenges that we are facing. So thank you very much, the audience, and we wait to see you again in the next content pill. Thank you very much.
You.